Yeah, very good morning, everyone. Welcome to the session. So, 1 minute. Yep. So, where we are, I'm very sorry. Just I got, I think I felt I'm going to something like I might detect with dementia kind of thing because I do forget so many things nowadays. I need to check up. Yes, no worry. Yeah, this is Sentinel, right? Yeah. So yesterday we have successfully created our Sentinel. I hope it is very clear to everyone. How many of you have set up the Sentinel? How many you have deployed? Okay. I hope I request you all, please make sure that it must. Yeah. So it is requested everyone to uh, you know deploy the Sentinel so that we can go ahead. Okay. So Sentinel, as I said, Sentinel is a tool which we can deploy. It's not a installable, it is a deployable. So people can say, I will tell you deploy my installation, I will tell you how to set up and all. But actually there is no installation, right? You just select and you activate it for your platform. That's it. You only activated by placing the law first. Then you went to Sentinel and you attach this law. That's it. So by default, 31 days it is free on average of 10 GB per day. Okay. So if you are if you are pushing or pulling so much data over and above 10 GB, then it will start charging from your $200 first. If this is also completes, then it will charge you. It will give you a warning saying that your data has been completed. Please upgrade to pay as you go, right? So this is the subscription that we need to identify, right? So we understood that how to set up a Sentinel, how to set up a log analytic workspace, how to deploy our Sentinel environment. I hope it is very clear. Just I need answers. Guys, I think it's very clear.
Yes,
No
yes.
response. Yes, Kalyan is perfect. Right. I think no other, yes, I'm getting messages. Okay, right. Yes, thank you. I hope it's clear. Yes, Babu is read. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's move on to the understanding of user interface. How we can understand what are the different strategies that we have in our user interface. So this is the last I can say the trial sessions. Those who have not joined, please do join. Otherwise, what happens? We will remove the access of that particular systems. Okay. So make sure, please join immediately. Those who have not joined, it is a small request as well as because I need to share the documentation and all. It is because of that I'm not in a position to share the documentation and all. So it is a humble request to join immediately so that you people will get all the required things like documentation, and also you can consider your interview questions, all important steps, integration processes, all that we are going to provide you in this particular area. Okay. So let's start with the user interface. Now UI UX, everyone is nowadays more focusing on user interface and user explorer. What is mean by user interface and user explorer? What is mean by user interface and user explorer? It is none other than once you log in the application, you will get the options, right? And you have a user face where you can use that particular activities to do the analysis, right? So it is for everyone. In a mobile also, you will have a user interface to access your data. Similarly, you have the system. So this is my user interface. This is my user interface where I'm able to open my lab files, POC requirements, all these options, because I'm able to log in like this, right? So this is my user interface for operating system. Similarly, for every application, it used to have its own user interface. So what is our, for this, we have an interface of two types of interfaces. One is at portal.azure.com, where you can go to MS Sentinel, that is Microsoft Sentinel. Under this, you will select the law. Then you can see the user interface. This is one area. Now the second is, this is actually older one. I can say this is the older version. So in the recent versions, they moved this particular page, the entire page, to Microsoft security.microsoft.com. So this is what your XDR. So the portal.azure.com, in the portal.azure.com, whatever the Sentinel is there, you will deploy, and the deployed page is moved to where? Security.microsoft.com. So what is the another URL that we need to remember? Security.microsoft.com, that we must remember. Okay. So let's, because XDR is unified security solution. Now unified security solution. What is mean by unified security solution? So this is the one. It is a combination of antivirus, EDR, cloud for EDR, EDR for endpoints, EDR for cloud, EDR for application, EDR for SaaS, EDR for apps, everything. So it is unified security solution. So by default, it generally generates alerts. So to make the accidents, or you can say dual is a duplicacy, to avoid the duplicacy. What they did is, they also moved this Sentinel to where? They also moved the Sentinel to this particular security.microsoft.com. So that's why in yesterday's session, if you see, when I open portal.azure.com, when you see the portal.azure.com, so when I click on this particular, when I click on the Microsoft Sentinel.com, you can see here, if I select this one, okay, this is the one which I am clicking, right? So for the first time, it will give you, see, get your SIM and XDR in one place. It is clearly saying, okay. But when I click to some other pages, it will say directly, it is now giving it, right? It is giving now, right? But similarly, when I go to, incidents, see, the page has been moved to Defender portal. But if you want to see this, how can you see? You just refresh once again, you will get that page again. Original page will come up. Don't worry. See, this is come up, right? But for the first time, it will give you, see, when I go to, let's say, workbooks, it will say this page has been moved to the Defender portal for optimal unified SEC operations. See, it is clearly mentioning. But you can use this also by refreshing once again. That is means it is giving an alert. Second time, it is saying that you can use it, no problem. See, you will get the page. See, similarly, when you go to overview also, now it will say the page has been moved to this area. So now if you want to go to this particular same area in a Defender portal, no, you need not to select here and type something. You just click here. See, click here to go to Defender portal. When you click on it, it will jump to the security.microsoft.com. See, security.microsoft.com. And here also, you have something known as, see where it is. You can able to see Sentinel here somewhere. Is there? Can anyone able to see Sentinel? Okay, it is changed as a exposure management. The name has been changed as a exposure management. Okay, earlier it used to be, this one is known as your sentinel. Now it has been changed. See, it is everyday's activity. It is everyday's activity. Every day it used to difference. See, the name has been changed from Microsoft Sentinel to, when you go to, let's say, overview, you can see here. See, the same thing that are the same thing it is here. It is changed as a exposure management. Okay, and you can see incident and alerts. When you click on the incidents, you can see this is the place where incident comes. Alerts, you will have the same page here also. See, there is the incident. See, when I refresh, the page looks different, but it is very same in the area. Okay, so all incidents and alerts. Okay, incidents and alerts. Now we need to understand what is the difference between incident and alerts, so that we will start from a Monday onwards. Don't worry. Okay, so now you can see here, you can see all these things, like, you know, you have a content management, content hub, repository, and all, right? Here also you will have that, where in the 1 minute, content management, that you will get it somewhere here. Otherwise, I'll click on this. When I go click here, it will take you to, yeah, now see, you can see a sentinel comes here after the exposure man. It actually it waits. It actually takes some time, right? Wait, see, the sentinel comes last. At last it comes. Okay, you can see here. See where you can see the, you know, content hub in this sentinel. There is a content hub. See, all the things come up. Right? Threat management. See, all the things, right? And a search and threat management and configuration. All the three things are there. So the same things you can see here: threat, content, and configuration. Threat, content, and configuration. You can see the same in this environment. When you refresh, it actually refreshes, right? It takes some time. See, when you see the Microsoft Threat Sentinel, see here, threat, content, and configuration. Threat, content, and configuration. Now the question comes, where is my logs and guides and all these things? No worry, it will also be there. You don't worry. So when you go to the here, exposure attack, not it is attack surface. So there is an, yes, hunting area is there, right? When you click on hunting, you will get the whatever we are discussing, right? See, this is the one. See, logs. So in the name of hunting, it has been changed. Now, if you want to change the workspace, right? So you can change the workspace to, so whatever the workspace that you want to use. Right now it is primary is test. You want to change it to, let's say, this, you can apply. Now it is this one. Okay. Now you can see here what is your workspace, and you will have the, so you can close all this. So when you do the advanced hunting, right, you can see here custom detection rules also. You have here. If you want to add, you can add a filter. So now the rules you cannot write from here. You can write it from the configuration only. There is a analytics. So in this analytics, you will write the rules. Okay, right now it is blank, right? So I can enable. Let's say I will show you how to enable. So you can see here. Let's say there's a rule template. I'll simply enable one, okay, so that you can see. Okay, create a rule. I'm not changing anything. Just I will add it once so that you can see that in your advanced hunting area. See, let's say I'm not doing anything. Just I am enabling one rule. See, when you see here, one rule is created, right? Now, if you go back and see in the hunting and the custom detection rules, you can see that same rule over here. It will take some time. It will come here. No worry. Investigation, hunting, custom details. Okay, it comes up, but it takes some time, no worry. So this is a way you can enable and all. Okay. So now the first concern is, let's start with the Microsoft Sentinel. What are the options that we have? We have GTCC. We call it as GTCC. Yes. We have GTCC tabs, major tabs. So this is general, threat, content, configuration. Okay. So there are only majorly 4 tabs: general management, threat management, content management, and configuration management. This is on the portal.azure.com, right? This is portal.azure.com. Now, when it shifted from portal to Sentinel, sorry, security.portal.secure. It is moved, right? It is moved to where? Security.microsoft.com. Microsoft.com. Here also, these 3 are remain same. TCC. But the general management is changed into, incidents and hunting, right? There is a special incident and response area. Incident, in the incident and response, there are 2 options. One is incident alerts, and the second is hunting. So this general management entirely moved to this hunting area. Okay. So rest everything is added. Threat management is same threat management here also. Content management is content management. And configuration management is configuration management. Now it's very clear. General management, where you can see the common logs which are collected at your Sentinel, right? So wherever you are collecting in law, that you can see on the general management. Rest everything is something like your overview, how the Sentinel looks like, and what are the logs, what are the logs that you can see in your workspace, and guides. This is the guide is something like, the guide means none other than how to use your Sentinel. That's it. Okay. So there are some important, free trial, how free trial works, what is mean by content hub, what is mean by how to collect the data, how to generate the data, documented relation content is available. Okay. So, and any searches, you can do some searches here, something like if you want to do any searches in in your data like workspace, if you want to search anything by manually. So if you want to search anything here, you can start and you can search from here. Okay. So you can do basic archive and search job. So when you want to see the, how to do a basic job and all, so you have to throw the query there. Okay. So the procedure is something like this. You have to throw, then you can search for it. But don't worry, we will learn all those things in the upcoming environment. Okay. So we know overview, logs, guides, and search in the general management. But do we have the same method in the security portal? No, it is having only hunting, advanced hunting, and custom details. This is okay. Now in the threat management, you can see there is a incidents, hunting, which have been actually moved to your incident and response separate tab. You can see here from this threat management, incident and hunting is moved to your incident and response tab. Okay. Rest out of the threat management, the threat intelligence moved to threat intelligence separately. See, there is a separate threat intel that has been created because this is the place where this Sentinel, in the Sentinel, you can see it is comes under threat management, right? But here it has a separate branch because he got promoted there. In the security.microsoft, he got promoted. He was under threat management, but in the security.microsoft.com, incident and hunting as promoted as a separate, as an incident and response domain, and threat intel See, threat intel, and is also become a separate domain. Rest everything are at here only. Let's say you can see workbook, hunting, notebooks. Again, threat intelligence showing only for understanding the data. Okay. Then there is a MITRE attack. So there is a threat intel which is considered to be a Microsoft threat intel. So this is the threat intel. So this is the threat intel we can consider to be a third party threat intel. Okay. If Microsoft Threat Intel enables, this works. If you are enabling local, let's say OTX kind of third-party integrations, then you can see the data at here. Okay, you can see the data here also, but you can also see in both the location. See, this is what threat analytics by your your area. Okay, got it. So this is
Vishnu, here
yeah.
generally regularly what generally we use in present in company Defender
See
or
both.
Sentinel?
See, Defender is the combination of multiple security tools. It's not alone. Sentinel is the one tool in the Defender. Okay.
I mean to say functionalities are same, but some advanced functionalities are added in Defender.
Not some more. See, there are total in the Defender, there are 7 different tools. Okay. You can see in the Defender, actually, there are 7 different tools. If you see the admin panel, you can see what are the sources. Defender for Entra ID, Defender for ID protection, Defender for Office, Defender for security. You can see earlier all those were actually separate. Now all have been added to this area only. When you see the incident and alerts, refresh. Yeah. Mm. How can I show you what are the services that we have? This for Defender for email services. That is known as there are 2 locations. One is data connector here. See, you can see some of the things are at here inside and the top also. Both are same. There is no much difference. See, now you can see the direct default data connectors are Defender for endpoint, Defender for identity, Defender for cloud apps, Defender for cloud, Defender for office, Defender for these things are already internally integrated actually. Okay, internally integrated. So these are the services which are actually giving the alerts, all those things to you. Okay. Now, if you want to use, let's say, Defender for endpoint, let's say you want to use the Defender for endpoint, how you can use? You need to actually come here only. Okay. So for that, what we need to do, there is a uh, 1 minute. Yes. So now if I want to enable the Defender for endpoint, I need to enable the licenses. Okay. That's why it is not showing. Right now we enabled Sentinel, right? So before Sentinel, there was no Sentinel, right? So I enabled the Sentinel. That's why you can see here. Got it? So you people can check in your area if the Sentinel, if you have not enabled the Sentinel, When you come down to security.microsoft.com, you cannot find the threat Microsoft Sentinel here. Okay. So whatever you enable, it will come and added here. Okay. It will automatically come and added. The list will be shown. Right now, I have not enabled any endpoint license because I don't have endpoint licenses, right? So that's why I have not enabled the endpoint licenses. So you can see, for me, the Defender, Microsoft Defender, that is XDR, is for Sentinel only. Okay. But if I enable any of these, like endpoint for cloud apps, endpoint for, Defender for endpoints, Defender for cloud, it will enable a one such kind of this one. So what are the services that we have? Endpoint for apps, cloud Defender for cloud, Defender for
So generally, the older version is no one using presently.
yeah, it was actually separate. Actually, everywhere it was separate. So when you want to open, it was something like endpoint.microsoft.com, but it is not now. It is not like that. You have to come here. If it is enabled, then only you can able to see. Otherwise, you cannot see. Okay. So this is how your Sentinel looks like. So first GTCC, that is General Management Threat, where threat related activity, all your threat workbooks, hunting, incidents, threat intel, behavior of the entity, MITRE attack mapping, and SOC optimization will happens here. So this one, this threat management is actually divided in this area as a threat intelligence, in the investigation reports, incident and hunting, it has been changed. And in the threat management also, in the threat management, you can see rest of the things are there. Threat intel, MITRE attack. See, you can see here all the things are available, but you can see it is at here. See. Okay. Same things, but threat
Hey,
intel
hello.
was a hunting. Yeah.
Sorry for interrupt. So
Yeah.
what's the difference in Sentinel Defender? Like both
See,
are same
okay.
or means
Okay, I will tell you. I'll tell you the difference exactly. Okay. Now, what happens is something like there was a big family was there. Okay. Consists of 4 brothers. Okay. They used to stay in one family earlier. Okay. But what happens? Consider this is portal as Azure, Microsoft. Okay. There are four brothers which were actually staying together with all their families, but after dividing, they into nuclear family. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, like this is your endpoint, Defender for endpoint earlier. Okay, again. So this was exactly in 2012. They were together. In 2016, they divided as Defender for cloud, Defender for identity, Defender for, let's say, apps, or exchange, Defender for exchange. Okay, like there are total 4 families has divided. Now what happens, there is a one more person is there, like family head, like father and mother, right? Consider these are the Sentinel. Okay, they have also separated Sentinel of family. Okay, now you got it, they divided. Now what happens in 2022? Actually, they started. They were staying like this. No, except the Sentinel. Sentinel used to be separate because these people are staying at one city, and these people are, let's say, staying at village. Now what happens? They all are staying separate. Okay. Now what happens? They felt it is not right. We have to be stay together. So whoever joins, they can meet and they can become a family. So what they did, they made it a XDR. Okay, where people can sit whoever comes to this, they will become part of it. Let's say if I sentinel, so let's say defender for endpoint comes, then defender for endpoint. Defender for endpoint. Let's say defender for cloud only. Cloud. Defender for cloud. So now what has happened? This name has changed to XDR. Earlier it is called as Azure Security. Here it was Azure Security. They changed, they become Azure Defender, Azure Cloud, Azure Defender for Identity, Azure Defender for Exchange. But what happened? They changed the entire their names. They changed as a Microsoft, and they again become together. But whoever joins, they change as a Microsoft Sentinel, Microsoft Defender, Microsoft Cloud. So now, if the license added, they will come and add it here. So now all the data will be collaborated. All will be shown in a one incident. Here now, actually what happens, earlier there was the problem was here, everyone is together, but everyone has its own money. So he keeps his money, he plays, his money is placed, his money is placed, his money is placed. So whenever they request, all will used to throw to the sentinel. Okay, this was the thing happened earlier. Now what happens? They decided they stay back differently. So they have their own money. So whenever sentinel requests, they used to send the money, right? This is in 2016. But in the latest in 2020, 23 or 24, they decided as the sentinel become aged, or they felt, no, it's not the right way to stay separately. So what they did, they created one profile. Whoever wants to join, they will be the part of XDR family now. So they make it one name called Unified Security Operations. What we call it as Unified Security Operations. XDR is what? Unified Security Operations, where whoever comes with the license, like Sentinel, I have added Sentinel here, right? In the microsoftazure.com. So automatically he is a member of now security.microsoft.com, because you enabled the licenses, right? Now it is a mandatory. Whatever you enable, like any security portal, if you enable, like if you enable endpoint licenses, that will come to this particular XDR. Now likewise, earlier was something like it was separately, they keep their money and they are sending to the sentinel separately, right? But here what? Whoever joins, there is no rule. Everyone's incident will be shown at one location. Everyone's money will be shown at one location only. So whether it may be sentinels, whether it may be defender for endpoint, whether it may be cloud, whether it may anything. So all the incident alerts will be shown at one location. There is no secrecy. It is totally transparency.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, got it.
So now, if you are having a sentinel, you in XDR, you have a sentinel feature. When you enable defender for endpoint, you will have sentinel plus enable defender for endpoint. That is XDR. So some organization may have only 2. Some organ may have 3. XDR, it's not mean that of one application. XDR is a combination of multiple services. Okay, but whatever you enable. So if you enable anything, that will be the XDR. If you enable only sentinel, that is only your sentinel XDR. If you're adding defender also, defender sentinel, defender for endpoint. So likewise, you can enhance the feature because you don't require all the licenses, right? Whatever the licenses you required, you only need to enable that.
Got it.
Got it? Yeah. So this is what the sentinel, XDR. So this is the XDR portal. So if you enable the feature, then only it will enable. Otherwise, the feature will not be enabled. Okay. Right now we have enabled Microsoft Sentinel feature. That's why it has come up. This one come up. Otherwise, when we started, right, there was nothing like threat intel, Microsoft Sentinel, right? It was come up with only exposure management, email collaboration and system, if you remember just now. So how it was come? It is because of this was installed in our Microsoft Sentinel, and we have enabled in our Microsoft Sentinel. Go to, when I refresh, right, you can see it will directly say see the page has been moved to unified security ops experience. Got it? So unified security operations means every security at one location. Defender for endpoint, Defender for cloud, Defender for apps, Defender for exchange, and the Sentinel, all we at one location, so that you can practice the things in a better fashion. Because you can see everything at one point. If your visibility at one point, it is very easy, right? Then you can manage the way. See, your unified SIM and XDR ready. So now you can start hunt. See, advanced hunting it is taking. See, it will take you to the logs where you can put a query. I will show you, don't worry. This is the overview for the day. Okay. So you have so many things where you can go for investigation. You can see the incident and alerts here, actions and submission center, partner log. If you want to see any requirement, you can go to here. And Microsoft Sentinel, where you have threat management, you have workbooks, hunting, netbooks, threat intelligence, and matter map attack, mapping area. Content management, where your data connectors can be connected. From here you can collect the data connector from the content hub. So whatever you want to collect, let's say you want to collect let's say Windows machine logs, you have to come here. If you want to download any Linux machine, you have to come here. If you want to collect the logs from AWS, you have to come here and install the respective connector. Then only it will collect the logs. There are some repositories where you can create your GitHub repository, Azure Drive repository, so that you can share with the people, and this will help you to develop your projects. And the community is the place. What is the community? Community is the place where people generally have a discussions. So people can work on one project and they can give the suggestions here. Okay. So all these are possible in the community environment. This is an internet, okay, especially. And configuration. Now we can create tables, we can create data connectors, we can create analytic rules, we can summarize the rules, we can create the watch list so that we can compare with the watch list. If anything matches, we can get an alert. So, and finally the automation. Automation will again have two types of things. One is called automation rules and your playbooks. So these are the area that we are going to work. So what is our scope of work? Our scope of work is Sentinel and incident alerts and hunting. Okay. So this is our scope of work in for next few days. Any doubts with respect to your Sentinel? So because as there are two things, this is the older portal. Of course, you can work on this also, but again and again, it will always say you to refresh the thing and you can come here. But it is not the right way to practice at this area. So we can deploy here in the Azure portal, but we can see everything on the security.microsoft.com. Okay. So because as you are changing, right, you are changing into I can say as we are advancing. So when we are in the work, when we are actually developing and when we are grooming, so we have to go with the latest version. So this is the latest version of Sentinel along with the Defender, where we will go and understand about Sentinel as well as. So there is a people who will only work on Sentinel. There's a people who will work on endpoint. Of course, no worry, over the period of time, even you will get and understand about other options too. So, and you can become the Defender expert, where you can be a XDR expert as well as the Sentinel expert. But as of now in the market, Sentinel is a separate expert, Defender expert are different. Okay. Because it's very vast area. It looks like very simple. It looks like very small tabs are available, but it's very difficult to handle by a single person. Okay. So this is all about your user interface. Any doubts with respect to user interface? Now, who will tell? Let's say Vidutna will tell the difference between Azure Portal Sentinel and XDR Sentinel. Vinutna, could you please explain about what's the difference between Azure Sentinel, Microsoft Sentinel in this portal and this portal? Is this same or different? No worries. Please come up. When you come up, then only you can understand the scenarios. Okay. This is the place you people have come here to learn the things. So, Divya, can you explain? Okay. Let's go towards, let's say, Laksh. Laksh, can you tell?
As per my understanding, Sentinel is a SIM tool and Defender is a STR EDR tool.
So what is the difference between Sentinel in portal and Sentinel in security.microsoft.com? Is both are same or is there any difference in nature?
Same.
Don't worry, both
Same.
are actually same. Okay, both are same. When you enable the Sentinel in your portal, then only it will come in your security.microsoft.com. Okay, this is the older user interface which is stopped. When you click on the Microsoft Sentinel, you can see it is stopped. It is clearly mentioning. See what it is saying. It is clearly said, right? This page has been moved to Defender portal. But if you still wants to see it this only, you refresh once again, you will get the page. But it is not advisable to work here for your activity. But see, here still it is giving. Onboard your workspace in Defender board to get the advantage of unified sec platform with embedded security Copilot, where you have an advanced feature in nature. Copilot option is there, so you can utilize those features and get into the area. And this security.microsoft.com is none other than the same Sentinel which you are seeing here, but with a along advanced features called Defender for endpoint, Defender for cloud, Defender for apps are also added. When it will be get enabled? When you have the license of those, then only the features will be enabled here. Until unless it will not show. Okay. Got it? I think it's very clear. Ajinka, Varlakshmi.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Varlakshmi, I think it's very clear, right? I have to ask you.
Yes, sir, I'm clear.
Yeah. Okay, right. Because you asked me so many questions before joining this session. That's why I have to be
Yeah.
very particular about you. Okay. Yeah, right.
Uh,
I think very clear. So I
yes,
hope
sir.
Naga and Sabri also clear, right? Very nice. So that's all for the day. Tomorrow, Monday onwards, we will start integrating the logs so that you can see how the logs can be integrated. Okay. So as I said yesterday only, we will have only the sessions up to 7:45 till today. And Monday onwards, we will have from 7 to 8. Okay. Thank you so much for the day. We'll meet on tomorrow's session. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.